had a charcuterie plate.
Charcuterie is.
I know what a charcuterie.
Okay,
hold on, player.
I just want to make sure.
I know what I don't know. Yeah.
Sometimes I don't know what you.
I know what charcuterie. I make the best charcuterie plate ever.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? I'm Erik Rivera.
I'm Sasha Merci.
And I'm Jesus Sepulveda.
And welcome to another episode of 3Gs in the Pod.
We are super excited because we got a special guest with us, comedian, writer, actress, social media influencer.
What do you mean it's over? If we love each other, why is it over?
Just not in a good state right now.
Are you in New Jersey?
Yeah.
A good friend of ours. Give it up for Joanna Haussmann, everyone.
Demon.
I'm very comfortable in this chair. I would say A1 for production quality on this podcast. Yes.
Seriously?
Like, is it good enough to nap in or to work in?
Work. I see myself writing a novel in this chair. You know,
Okay.
You know, it doesn't have the support for the neck for the napping, but definitely it keeps me a little bit on my toes.
Gotcha.
Yet
I
love
still
that.
comfortable.
What would your novel be called if you titled it right now?
80% blazers, 20% trauma.
Yeah.
Because I wear blazers all the time and I'm traumatized. I think that would be it.
Are we all traumatized?
I feel so.
I think so.
You know,
Don't we all have
This
trauma?
is what we do here.
I mean, people that wear blazers are definitely traumatized. If you wear a blazer,
You know, this is the first time I'm on a podcast without a blazer on. I think I made an effort today. I'm like, what? I need to look more laid back.
No, you look great. You
Your
look great.
therapist is like, she's working on it.
How did you know?
She's working on it.
Well, that's what we like to do here. We want to get our guests comfortable. We want to make them feel like they're part of the podcast, they're part of the crew.
And talk about their trauma.
Yeah,
So
let's
tell
do
us
it.
about your trauma.
Exactly.
What has
We're the
traumatized you?
Yeah. We're the three traumatized therapists. So
great.
we are so ready.
I have a theory that every therapist has to be traumatized. Can you imagine having a therapist that has no trauma? Like, I wouldn't trust them.
Yeah.
No, you can't.
Over
They can't
here,
even.
the trauma here is like, I've been beaten, she's been yelled at, and he's been too much loved. You know what I mean?
Too much love.
Too much love.
Yeah.
Too much love.
What's trauma with that?
I love that verb. She's been too much loved.
Too
much love.
Too much love, and he's just like, enough! He's one of those. Like, dude, like, too much.
I get mad when they're like, hey, have a nice day. I'm like, shut up. Leave me alone.
No, Erik, he's so sweet. But yeah, I'm so glad to have you here. We've been so excited to have you. So like, we want to know more about you, right? Like, how did your parents meet? How did you even like start? Like
From the beginning,
From the
yeah.
beginning. From the very beginning.
Oh my God, we got to go all the way back, guys.
Yeah.
Here we go.
So, my parents are both Venezuelan.
Okay.
But Venezuelan under interesting and different circumstances. My dad is the son of Holocaust survivors that were like, we want to go to Ellis Island. And they were like, Ellis Island's closed, dog. You got to go. You got to go somewhere else. It's like, I guess Venezuela will do.
Yeah. He's like, nah, dog. You got to go to Venezuela. Oh, that's what's up.
Like, that's what's up.
That's what's up.
Same thing.
Yeah, we're like Holocaust survivors, and we're just trying to chill. Like, I gotta go to Venezuela, homie.
Exactly.
Like, all right, yeah. You gotta go, yeah.
And then my mom's side of the family, my grandmother, Cuban, had to escape Fidel's Cuba. Mm-hmm. And my grandfather was a politician in Venezuela who was exiled, and they met in Cuba. When my grandfather was exiled, my grandmother's father had a hotel for exiled people from all over Latin America. They met there. Then they went to Venezuela once, the dictator fell. So, very like dramatic backgrounds.
What? That sounds like a movie.
I know.
Mr.
Anyone want to buy the rights?
And also,
No, for real.
I'm pretty dumb. So what's exile? 'Cause to me, I'm like, that sounds hot.
Exile. It's like when you say your opinion and they're like, get out of the country. You know what I mean?
hot, right?
For real?
Yeah, that sound real
Yo,
hot.
I've been exiled all my life. To 3rd grade, 4th grade. I get exiled every day at the house. Hey, get out of the house. Like, all right, man, y'all just gonna exile me?
Just for future reference, Joanna, next time you say a big word, we don't tell him what it means. We just like to see if he'll use it.
Okay.
Like, oh, girl, you looking exiled today.
Okay.
Yo, you hella exile.
I want to count the amount of times you use that word in context in this
he's got
conversation.
it. Please.
Okay.
I'm gonna take it outside too. Yeah. I'm gonna take it outside. When I get home, I'll be like, "How's the podcast?" Yeah, I was exiled as fuck. I'm so exiled right now. I can't even. Yeah. Thank you.
Oh my God,
But
exile
crazy
as fuck.
story.
Yeah, so my family, exile as fuck.
Exiled as fuck.
So my parents met working in the government as technocrats. Like, you know, my dad was a minister, my mom was, I don't know, they're like serious people and stuff, and they met there. And then they were like, yo, let's have a baby, you know what I mean? And but also study. So they got like scholarships and my dad got a job in England. So my mom was getting her PhD. My dad was like, I'll go and like teach and shit. And then I was born there. And to this day, it's been the most complicating factor of my identity, because people are like, bro, you were born in England? Like, what? It looks like you were born in England, you know? This makes more sense in England than in Venezuela. But it was a complete accident. I'm not English. I have no British blood. I know nothing about England other than like textbook stuff.
Right. I tried watching The Crown. I think I made 3 episodes and I was like, I'm good.
I think I'm good. I think that's pretty much all I got to know. Absolutely.
Oh, you got an accent.
I am good.
You figured out the accent.
Absolutely.
Did you grow up there?
No, I was only there for like maybe a year and a half. I don't remember. I didn't have consciousness really.
Really? Really?
Yeah, no, not really. But then I moved back to Venezuela at around 2 years old, and I'm gonna drop this now. And then I was there till I was 6. And then I went to Washington, D.C., I went to Boston, and then I went back to Venezuela for high school. But I would change schools every 2 years of my life.
What the
Every
hell?
2 years of my life, it was a different school.
So wait, what the move to DC? What was that about? Because you said technocrats, they went to school, UK, DC. How do we get to DC?
My dad got a job at the not the World Bank, the International. The IMDb. Nope, that's not it.
No, that's
IMDb is a website where you search for actors. Something like that. Sorry, Dad.
I picture her dad like Leonardo DiCaprio as Catch Me If You Can. Like, he's just doing everything. And I'm just like, no, this guy is like...
Does he look like that? Like
he doesn't look like Leo. He looks like me with a beard. So not like Leo. Not like Leo.
Okay.
Yeah, like a sexy.
Yeah, nice.
Nice. You into it.
No, the IDB, the International Development Bank. I found, guys, I figured it out. Okay. So he was like, he had like a real like legit job there, and my mom was like, yeah, we'll go and we'll spend like 2 years there, and then we'll go back to Venezuela. But then like Chavez got into power, Hugo Chavez, and my parents were like, let's wait and see how this goes.
It works out, yeah.
Because this feels like it might end up being a dictatorship. And they were right.
My thing too is like, I'm Dominican, right? And I wear that.
Wait, you Dominican?
Yeah, you didn't know?
Nah, you playing, girl.
Get to know. But and I wear that as a badge of honor because I've learned so much. I feel like there's a lot of things that the reason I am the way I am today is because of my roots, my Dominican roots. So I want to know, like, what are the things that you're very proud of being Venezuelan and then your Venezuelan roots?
I have to say before I answer that, I have a very good friend who's Dominican, Glo Tavares, and my favorite genre on the internet is Dominican. It's just anything Dominican is immediately hilarious.
Yeah.
Like, there's this video that I saw yesterday where there's this guy that there was like a car is on fire, and this guy is recording it. He's like, "Ay, mira, que hubo un accidente," and the police officer, un barbecue, animal.
Animal.
Yeah. The police officer's like, are you an idiot? Like, and when I said this to Glo, she was like, this is my culture. And I'm like, dude, you guys are so funny. And there's just something inherent in certain cultures that I think are funny. Like, so yeah, I think for me, there's something about Venezuelan culture that is like, no matter how bad something gets, like someone will laugh. Which is crazy and perhaps not helpful when there's like an economic disaster occurring. But there's this feeling of like, I guess we're all in this shit together, am I right? Like, they did this weird study, I think it was the New York Times, where they looked at these jokes that were popping up in popularity, specifically around like 2016 to 2018 in Venezuela, which was when the economy was like in the butthole. And they were very similar jokes that as in Eastern Europe during like the communist era. Very similar. Even like the setup and punchlines. Are you okay?
I can't. Eric, let me tell you what happened. You hit Adrian with 2 words he did not get. New York Times, economic downfall, but then you said butthole. He was like,
Yo, I know my audience. You know what I'm saying?
You said New York Times, I could see the glazed look on his face.
I try not to look at him.
And then he said, butthole. He said, economic downfall. I'm out again.
I was looking. I'm like, how do I explain like the food shortage, whatever? I'm like, economic butthole.
Yeah,
That's it.
And it was perfect.
Jesus is like a kid at Double Dutch. He's just waiting to hear butthole to jump in. Okay, butthole, I'm in.
You hit the key word today.
I'm proud of it.
Now that we're talking about it.
I'm proud of it.
You know what trips me out though? Like, it's like growing up, did you have to like fight with people and explain to them that you are Venezuelan because they wouldn't believe you? They're just like, no, you're not
to this
Venezuelan.
day, driving up here, bro, when I was trying to park, I was like,
what?
To the guy in the parking lot, I'm like, oye, disculpa, ¿puedo estacionar acá? And they're like, you can park here. I'm like, no, me puedes hablar en español. Okay.
It's like, no, it's like, I speak to English. I'm gonna confuse you in Spanish.
Dude, it is one of the most frustrating. It's not frustrating. Okay, it's not frustrating because it is what made me sort of start making specifically Latino content. Was
Right.
like, I wanna. It's fun. I know looking at me and like I speak Spanish and it's inherently hilarious. So like that's an easy joke. Let me just start making comedy about how absurd my identity is. This like Jewish, like shtetl looking woman who like speaks. My family calls me Boca De Rancho, which is because my Spanish is so like not pretty. Like I talk so Venezuelan. Like, mira, ¿qué te pasa, marico? ¿Qué te pasa? O sea, que ladilla, mámate un huevo. O sea, I talk so crudely in Spanish. And,
let's go.
And then I'll be like, well, actually, as we were talking about the tax cuts
you can flip it.
So I can flip it.
So do you ever like, you're kind of a spy? Do you ever like?
I always wanted to be a spy, but
you could so be a spy.
I could so be a spy.
You can do that.
So have you ever been behind enemy lines and like hear what they talk about you?
Oh,
and you're just like
100%.
on both sides. Like they might say like, "La Estupida Gringa," and they're like, white people are like, "Oh my god, these Latinos."
La Estupida Gringa has happened to me a lot. But that one it's not as like gratifying because I'm like, I get it. I understand why I sound annoying. I am allergic to sesame seeds, so I have to return this bread.
Gotcha.
And I know that I'm being an annoying white girl right now, but I will die if I eat the sandwich. I get that, like, and they're like, ay no, esta pinche gringa, and I'm like, oye, disculpa señor, en verdad yo hablo español, and they're like, oh shit, they're like David Blaine. They saw David Blaine make a car disappear.
This is your magician, yo.
Yeah.
That's like,
But then the other side is like, recently I was in a plane with these two women that were celebrating one of their birthdays, whatever, and they were like, oh my god, blah, 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 blah. Oh god, so many immigrants on this plane. And I was like, oh.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's not, and they laughed, and I'm like, that's not funny. Yeah. And I was like shaking. I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna stand up. I'm gonna stand up for what's right. But this is an 8-hour flight, and we have not left the tarmac. So I was like, that's not funny. I'm an immigrant, and I'm proud to say it. And they're like, oh, yeah, no, sorry. And I'm like, I think you guys don't know what America's truly about.
Damn.
Fuck you. And then I'm like, I should not have said the fuck you.
Yeah.
I should have left it there.
And then you sit next to him like, this is my armrest too.
No, Eric.
You should have went
It was the worst turbulence of my entire, I'm not exaggerating, I have videos of it. It was the worst turbulence of my life. I thought I was going to die on that plane next to these women, these xenophobic women. And by the end, because I was like, I almost started crying, and they comforted me. And I was like, I'm like, oh God. So point is, I have been a spy, and if I ever go to jail, I don't know what gang I'd join. You know?
Yeah, you're gonna be confusing.
Yo, you could just be whatever you want to be, bro.
I know.
I heard you Latino, but I don't know, man. It's not gonna work out.
Mira, pero ¿qué te pasa? They could call me la güerita. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like there's ways. I'm like, this is what keeps me up at night. I'm like, if I end up in jail for like tax fraud, not because I commit tax fraud, but because I'm bad at taxes.
Yeah, oh my God.
Like, what gang would I join? I think about this shit.
That's so funny.
That's a dope.
I just feel like all the like Latinos sitting in the back of you guys at the plane are just crying. They're like, they're sticking up for us.
Yeah.
Finally, I think they're sticking up for us.
They're fighting
for us. But that's the thing. It's like, that's what people don't understand, that being Latino is such a spectrum. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, there's the culture is what brings us together. The music, the food, the community. There's a thing about community that we are able to experience and share, that every time I find out that someone's a Latino, whether they're light skinned, whether they're dark skinned, doesn't matter. They understand that immediately. But somebody who's like an American white person, they be like, you guys stick together?
Yeah.
What?
You guys don't like shit on each other? Like,
I mean, except Chileans.
Yeah.
Sorry, Chile. You guys are the weirdest. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
I've
Yeah.
never met one, so
Yeah.
I always make fun of Chileans. I made a video, a joke video a few years ago where I was like, "Sorry, Chile," and I apologize for all the Chile jokes I did over the course of the years. And it trended in Chile.
no way.
And then I got death threats because people were like, "Why are you making fun of us?" And I'm like, "Bro, you call Santa Claus el viejito pascuero. Como que, how are you not self-aware enough to realize how funny you are? You're the country looks like a witch's finger. Like, you're inherently hilarious. Just embrace how funny Chile is." And I just hope that they do, because I see myself reflected in Chile. What a weird little country. I'm a weird little girl, you know?
Oh, okay. So you identify with Chile.
Yeah, I identify with Chile. I have family in Chile. I identify with the weirdness
Either
of Chile.
that or you started a turf war with us in Chile.
Interesting person.
Chile. 3 G's,
So
we're
I
coming
have a
after.
question. I have a question. Everybody knows that the food is the gate to the soul.
Especially Latinos. Latinos,
for real.
we get
so
down
what
with
would be
food.
like? What would be your favorite Venezuelan dish, and can you cook it?
So the arepa, which Colombians claim is theirs, and it is fucking not.
Chile and Colombia. Shot fired.
It is fucking not.
Shot
It is
fired.
absolutely not. And by the way, the Colombian arepa is this anorexic little flat pancake.
Yeah, we are gonna be
Venezuelan
trending in Chile
arepa-
and Colombia now.
Venezuelan
Comment
arepa is this
start.
curvy, full of like masa, sexy little sandwich thing. And my favorite.
Arepas? What the?
This arepa.
I want to know what it looks like. What's a Venezuela arepa?
Con Venezuelan arepa. And you know what? Can you Google my favorite one, which is Reina Pepiada?
Reina
Pepiada. Look.
Did you hear the R?
Reina Pepiada.
All the viewers that thought she wasn't Latina, she just hit you with the.
Reina Pepiada.
Reina Pepiada.
Reina Pepiada, which is, I think it means
What the
Queen
heck?
Pepiada. You know, I don't know.
Damn.
Yeah,
It
that's.
looks like a gordita.
Wait. I have a question.
It's a gordita, dude.
It looks like a gordita, dude. Like legit, man.
I think in
For
Dykeman,
sure.
in Dykeman, don't they have the las cachapas, right? But
Oh, bro, the cachapas.
yeah.
El aguarache.
El-
I don't know. I'm just saying words now. Because y'all throwing some weird. La cucaracha. La patita dulce. Like, what the fuck, man? It's fucking crazy.
You never heard of la cachapa?
La chapa?
You don't know what a cachapa?
I never heard of that.
That's why I feel so connected.
Mexican.
I was like, yo.
No, because
I know what a gordita
Dominicans
is.
and Venezuelans, I don't know what it is. We
we
are
vibe.
the same. It's the same vibe.
We vibe hard.
We vibe so
what the
hard.
hell is
We
that?
vibe hard.
Honestly, you know what I miss the most about living in New York? The Dominicans.
No.
Wait, what is that?
100%. Come on, that's a cachapa.
That's a cachapa.
With-
Oh my God.
with-
What's in the cachapa?
No,
O
that's
sea, carne mechada, or as Cubans call it, ropa vieja.
Ropa
Yeah.
vieja.
That's
You know
a-
what it looks like? It looks like a pancake taco.
That look, yeah.
That's what the
that look
fuck
like
that
Taco
looks
Bell's
like.
newest breakfast thing.
Check this out.
Taco Bell's just like, we're going to
That's
eat
one of the
breakfast.
dishes that I miss in New York City when you coming out of the club at 2:00 in the morning.
That?
You go get a cachap. That is.
Let me
It's
tell you
so
something.
good. It's like
Delicioso.
sweet. It's
I'm
like
gonna tell you
sweet.
right now.
Yeah.
I don't mean to disrespect. I would never have a charapa after the club.
Calachapa?
But you would smash a charapa for sure.
Up to 100%.
You would smash a
Charapa
charapa.
get smashed, but I would never go. That wouldn't be my go-to.
Why not? Have you
'Cause I
never
just
tried
go with
it?
tacos.
Taste it.
Tacos are
No.
like.
But you haven't
You
tasted it.
haven't
Mira,
tasted it.
cachapa y ma- Eso ahí.
Eso mismo.
Eso ahí.
I've ordered from that exact place.
So look,
What?
I love that place. That place is everything. It's so
Cachapa y
delicious.
más?
Cachapa y más.
Look, if you look in the window, that's Joanna and
Ima.
Sasha right there.
Yeah.
They're right,
Right
there.
there.
Shit, right
Cachapa
there.
hima.
So I would say this,
Ima.
right? When did you move to New York City?
2012.
And identity-wise, how did you feel as soon as you moved there?
So I got there and I was like, I'm gonna die. Is the first thing, and then I was like, oh my god, I feel so at home here because no one is from here.
yeah.
It's like it is. I went to high school in a international school, which is like everyone was basically from somewhere else, or at least lived somewhere else, and no one belonged anywhere. And I was like seeking that, and I think that's what New York is. New York is just a bunch of people who are like, I don't know, man. I guess I'm here.
Yeah. And,
It's like you
We
can
all
start your own
trying to figure it out.
identity again.
But that's the thing, like in New
Do
York
whatever
City,
you want.
in
Yeah.
New York City, you don't have to constantly be like, I'm from here, and from here, and from here, and from. People just see you and they like take you as face value and be like, oh, you're just cool.
Yeah.
And I vibe with you and I want to be around you, and that's how it is. Here it's like you have to constantly
So where are
explain.
you from?
Yeah.
I mean, like the only people that like
sounds
literally ask
part.
you are like the
Yeah.
girls that moved to New York like 6 months ago
Yeah,
and are
like,
living in
what
the
do you
Lower East
do?
Side, and they're definitely like, yeah, I'm like literally like I'm from New York, and it's like you literally just moved here. Ashley, you can't say that. Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, like, those are the type of
For
bitches that are like, girl,
sure,
get out of here. But yeah,
We're
like,
going to the Hamptons. You come in.
I want to see
a lot.
Sasha fight one of these.
Oh, Sasha looked like
Oh.
she would get down with
let
some
me
stuff
tell
like
you
that.
something. There's been a couple of times.
She's made up the character.
couple of times.
Yeah. Sasha looked like she fight white boys too. You know what I mean? Dude, fucking chill out, dude.
No, you know what it is? It's funny because when I first moved out here, I
Here we
guess
go.
the New York is so aggressive.
Watch your mouth,
Yeah.
dude.
Yo, the New York is
Watch your mouth.
It's so aggressive that it's kind of like I chilled out a lot, but I feel like it cost me work out here because
Yeah.
in Hollywood you kind of have to be like, you know, politically correct and stuff like that. But I think one of the things that there was one time I went to like this Hollywood party or whatever, and there was these executives talking about like, oh, you know, we need black representation, and you know, like we need more Afro Latinas on the screen. And I literally was in front of a lot of people in Hollywood, and I was like, y'all be talking that shit, but we right here. And everybody was like,
Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness! Someone just said
Yo,
it.
that's what happens when they give out free alcohol at these things. You know what I mean? They give free
no, but
alcohol to
I
the
was
wrong
really
people.
feeling like I
And
was
like,
really
yeah.
like, what you gonna do?
Yeah, no, but I love that.
I took my dad to this NBC thing, and they had free alcohol. And he started drinking, and after a while, he just like they were talking about like, oh, these are producers. You know, you guys have to make funny movies, man. You guys don't make funny movies. You gotta put funny.
that's a solid point.
And I'm
That's
just
a
like-
solid
point.
And they're just like, who is this
Yeah.
Mexican man? You know what I mean? Let the
Yeah.
valet guy just come in here and start drinking. So yeah.
But I think that's why a lot of, you know, people in Hollywood are like, I don't know about this one, you know?
Yeah.
But it's like, it is what it is. But I mean, I toned down a lot, but there is something about like just being direct and all that stuff that like people can't handle. And they think that you're being mean. But I think as a New Yorker and someone, you know, you've lived there for how many years now?
I was 11 when I left.
Right. So that's enough time for you to be like, get to the point.
Yeah.
Like, I want to get to the point. Like, it's not, I don't want to fluff everything. Like, we're working together, we're not working together, we're doing this or we're not doing this. Because here in LA, they'll be like, oh my God, you were great.
We love you. We
We
are
love you
obsessed
so,
with you. Yeah.
so much. Like, there was one time some girl at a party was like,
Yeah, they-
oh my God, we need to hang out. And then she walked away. And I'm like, how am I going to call you? Telepathically, bitch? I'm about to call you, be like, oh, hold on, let's hang
you
out.
ever like hung out with people and they like start talking about, oh, we're going to the game. Yo, you should come to the game. Yeah, and then they leave, and I'm like, how am I going to go to the game?
Because
just
they
Someone
described
gave me
all
the
of
number.
LA.
Yeah, like
So
they
I
invite you
wanna know-
places without giving you any info.
LA,
All right,
LA
real
is the
quick.
land of everyone loving you, and then you're at home waiting on that phone ring. Like, I
Yeah,
don't think
they
they love
love
me.
me
I
I think they love you.
I don't think they
but
love
They
me.
don't.
That's
Yeah.
how you create your own love out here.
Yeah,
That's
LA
why
loves
Tadeo
to
was
ghost
good.
people, man. LA's the king of ghosting people.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. So real quick, you moved
Rockwood.
to
LA.
LA.
Yeah, like a
How
couple
was that?
months ago.
How was that experience
Months ago?
moving out here?
2 months ago, yeah. It's been you know, it's different.
Yeah, it takes a while. It takes a while
So-
before you love it.
I have a quick story that
Please.
just exemplifies
Watch your mouth!
Please.
exactly the like change, okay, between the two. This guy almost ran me over when I was crossing the street. It was I had la luz. Okay,
Right.
I had the light,
Yeah.
Right.
and he almost ran me over, and I was like, "What the fuck is wrong with you? You almost ran me over!" And then he started tocando la corneta to me, and I like started escalating it for no reason. I could have just walked away,
Yeah.
and I was like, and then I walked away, and I was like, I don't know why I did that. And then the guy was like, "Yo, are you from New York?" And I was like, "No, but I lived there for 10 years." And he's like, "I'm from New York. It was nice to see that.
Yeah.
Everyone was so nice here."
It was nice to
Yeah, but
see
that's the
that.
thing. If you've been in New York for like 11 years, you are a New Yorker. Like you become a New Yorker,
That's it.
and like that. Yes, you do because.
Yeah, you were there for like 2
there's-
days. Relax.
Yeah, the thing about.
I mean, you know,
Yeah, if you already know,
Yeah, I mean-
if you already know where uptown, downtown, you know where the Bronx is. If you already been in the city for 11 years, because it only really takes you like one whole like a year to know
Yeah,
where
I know what you're
everything is.
saying.
Everything is. You've been lost.
Nah,
you
man, I
ain't never
know
gonna
what
make
you're
it.
saying, yeah.
Your story was funny, but
you never gonna make it.
that's the thing about like if you've been in New York and you have dealt with like how like straightforward people are, and people think it's rude, but it's not. It's just
No.
like it really you cut the fat in everything. One of the things that like we know you for is the breakdown of accents,
Yeah.
right? And
You already hit us with New York. You hit us with
Yeah, you hit us-
Venezuela. You hit us
Girl.
with
How much do you know?
yeah, like How did you become so influenced by like learning so much about so many different accents, so many different
I think
people?
like moving around so much, I always had friends that spoke differently than me, and I wanted to como blend in. And I think one of the reasons I have such a clean accent in English was because right when I landed, I was like, I would have talking like this, and I was like, no, I'm not gonna. I gotta learn how to speak different. So I've always heard accents. And my grandparents, do you know what? My grandfather is a German Jew who speaks Spanish. Él habla así. Tú sabes lo que es un acento alemán en español. Es así.
I've never heard that.
So I just heard accents my whole life, and I loved imitating them.
That just sounds scary.
And then I just started learning how to do them. Y la verdad es que me ha ido bastante bien aprendiendo los acentos. Para mí el mexicano me ha costado mucho porque acá hay muchos mexicanos.
Yeah. I was gonna
La
say
gente?
you sound like every soccer coach I've ever met in my life.
There we go.
Yeah, let me trying to teach you how to play like Messi and stuff.
Yeah, there we
Messi
go.
es el único.
Y boludo, bueno, Messi viene del mejor país del mundo, o sea, de
that little
Argentina,
stretch,
boludo.
Let's go.
Belujo, and I was like, I don't know what the hell's a
Boludo.
Belujo mean, but you watch your mouth. We're in America.
We're in America.
Fucking.
I think accents are like a.
What's your favorite one?
La verdad es que me encanta el colombiano, pero específicamente, o sea, el de Medellín. Ay, no, es que es una cosa muy bella, además.
Yo, that is so marica.
Ay, marica, la verdad es que
Ay, marica.
Ay, no, qué pecado.
Let's go. No, I like the Colombian accent.
I'm married to a Colombian. I had to say Colombian. You know what I mean?
Oh,
Okay.
Because he's the accent that got it.
Yeah, he's like, what you gonna say, baby?
He doesn't have. He's from Cali. So he has this like weird accent I cannot replicate.
Joanna, let's lighten things up. Tell us what you're working on right now, because I know you're writing on a show.
Writing on an animated show currently. You know, I love that I moved to LA right when the entire city has stopped. You know, I grew up in Caracas. I in my teenage years in Caracas in the midst of like the protests, and I have like PTSD. I drive and the honking of the horns and the people with the signs and I'm like, bro, where am I? Like LA is such an entertainment town that this strike feels like it's taken over the entire city. But anyway,
but not as bad as back home, because here I believe Imagine Dragons was playing an acoustic concert outside of Netflix.
Yeah, and we get free food.
Hello. We got these gluten-free muffins. Oh my god, thank you.
And it's like so organized.
Yes.
People are like, there's like a schedule and there's shirts you have to wear.
And it's 24 hours.
I went to the protest at Network. I'm like, yo, what's going on? I'm just trying to get a script going. I'm trying to get a script going. And they're just like,
did you really go?
I'm like, because I got this script player. This is can you put the sign down? Let me tell you about it.
Here's my headshot.
It's about this guy that came from the border, and he's a typical Latino script. He came from the border. He's adapted to this new world, and it's just like,
He's got a foot in both
Star Wars. It's like Star Wars, but like inland.
so
You know,
funny.
like in
It's so funny.
current time.
Well, I used to go to protests in Venezuela, one to fight for freedom, but also like to see the hot boys when I was 16.
Spicy.
And then it'd be like, tire fire bullets, you gotta run. And I'm like, here's my number, baby. You know what I mean?
Oh my god, he's got protest abs.
So do you like to fight for your freedom, or what's up?
It's a good filter for people, you know what I mean? Like people,
Really?
Yeah.
That's crazy to meet somebody at a freaking protest.
Well, at least you know they about it. Like if you gotta go to war, you going to war with them. You know what I mean? You be like, I got you, you got me.
So
we in
listen,
this
what's like
bitch.
the craziest shit you'll do for freedom and shit? You all crack that motherfucker's skull. Damn.
Oh God, you wanna meet?
Imagine what you'll do for fucking family and shit. Damn.
You're so very good looking.
I bet you fucking will stick up for me and shit, huh? Y'all
These
kill the
characters,
motherfucker. Yeah.
I want to follow them forever. I want them to be real, dude.
And that guy just like this.
In my mind.
People just gives up protest. He's like, you know, I'm me. I don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? That's what's up. Damn.
Girl, I'll get exiled. Whatever.
So after that, let's get some fucking coffee or something. Yeah, when we do a lab, we come through.
Where you want to get exiled to?
Together.
Hey, yo, ma, I love you, boys. I'll never exile your ass. You know what I'm saying? Oh my God, shut the fuck up.
Yo, but it's real. Like, man, it does feel like everything has stopped. And it's true. Like, when I protested, there was so many people showing support. You know, and I don't know.
Well, I know a lot of it's got to do with wages and stuff, but I think the biggest thing that keeps popping up that I think it scares the whole AI ChatGPT thing. Like they're saying like this
That,
is
like-
gonna be the future. Like,
So,
we don't need
is it a
actors.
conspiracy
AI.
or is it
We don't need
a
writers.
conspiracy?
I don't know, man. I don't. Maybe I'm naive. I think I'm naive and
Yeah.
too optimistic. I've like tried out ChatGPT. It scares the living shit out of me for many reasons. But I think something like writing a comedic script or like a drama about like a human point of view, it's just like it's a fucking robot. Like have you read
That's what I was
ChatGPT's
gonna tell
dialogue?
you. It's so basic. I was
It's
just like,
so bad.
are you dumb? Do you not know this? A computer wrote
Do
this?
you know Exiled too?
Yo, the way.
Yo, ChatGPT, write me something and use the word exile. And The Economist.
ChatGPT, make it funny, and it's just like it's so basic. I'm like, bro, this is a robot wrote this.
No,
Like,
it's
you know,
true.
It's not funny. It
Like-
doesn't have a human touch.
Did you guys see that tweet where they asked ChatGPT, what job would be easier to replace with AI, writer or CEO? And the fucking machine was like CEO, because being CEO is like making decisions based on like a lot of data points and understanding the market, and that's just something that like AI is really good at, but writing is something that, you know, it isn't as good at. Like, you know, it's getting data
Wow.
points. So if we're going to replace anything, maybe it's the CEOs with AI, and all that money. And all that money can go to the artists and the
The
writers.
CEO
here,
the,
like,
the, yeah,
yo,
the CEO of B2 is like this. Hey, just shut that bitch up. Shut that bitch up. Cut it out. Also, like, I know this is a dumb question, but is it Chad GPT or is it Chat?
Chat. What, did I sound? Did it sound like
No,
Chad?
'cause I thought it was Chad. And then right now when you said it, you said chat. I'm like,
I wish you would have said Chad
It's
and let
Chad.
him do it.
Chad, it's Chad.
It's Chad.
No, it is Chad.
No, let him go with Chad, please. I
but
want him
it
at
is
a party.
Chad. It's Chad.
Yo, this Chad, dude.
Yo,
I'm telling right now, I was
they
also
got a
like,
computer named Chad.
yo, I'm gonna be at one of these parties. Yo, Chad gotta get the fuck out of here, out of Hollywood.
That Chad
Yo, who's
GPT dude?
Chad?
But talking about that, even like you know, you brought something up that's very, 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 very important. Like CEOs, they do make these executive decisions and based on data.
Yes.
But when it comes to the arts, when it comes to writing, when it comes to creating, right? You never really know what's going to hit, because it's always something that is relatable to what people are going through at the moment, that you can't be analytical about it. There's no way to be analytical. When you think about every hit show is not like any other hit show.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Or like even like every hit song is not like every other hit song. Like WAP is not like I'm Sorry. Like you know, like just it's so different. It's just you can't be analytical about it.
Right.
And so you have these CEOs that are sitting up top collecting all these money. I'm not talking about anybody, me too. But
The ones that make $238 million a year.
ones who like, you know what I'm saying, cutting off shows and stuff. They are making these decisions, and I don't think they really care about the arts. Obviously, they're just thinking about increasing their profits, and it's just like you're treating something that is supposed to be communal and bringing people together as like a retail or something, which is not going to work. And then that's why now if they go through like, you know, they go the analytical route and they keep going that way, they keep missing. Because it's like you're trying to replicate something that at once worked, but people keep evolving, and that's why art keeps evolving. You cannot have a computer tell you
what is next.
What's next? But that's the thing is like, and this is what I'm trying to say is like, if they're gonna start in the writers' room and get away with it, it's gonna go elsewhere. Like you already see it with like certain acting gigs or certain things. Like people are getting cut, and they're trying to figure out ways to make more money. But when it comes to the arts, you gotta let it be. If you want to secure the bag, you gotta secure the culture. That's how you gotta do it. If you're just you know trying to get that check, then forget about it.
Sasha, yeah, New York aggressive in here.
Dude, like, do you guys remember when Discovery like acquired HBO, and then all these this movie that was done? They were like no, like.
You know what I want to do, bro? Like, Once I make millions and millions and millions of dollars, billions of dollars, I'm gonna buy Max now because it's not HBO anymore.
Yeah.
I'm gonna buy Max.
What you gonna do, Queen?
Super Dominican in that bitch.
That's right.
That's it. They take
El
all the Dominican
Max.
shows out,
Okay.
all the movies.
El Max.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna call it El Máximo.
Máximo.
Plátano.
Plátano. Cachapa, plátano.
Yeah, let's go.
Arepa,
Yeah,
everything. Just
arepa, dude.
every food will have its own show.
Yeah.
Yes.
People will get paid.
That's
Let's
right.
go.
That's right.
That's right.
Shit. Oh, guys,
This is great.
I love this
passionate.
energy. Keeping the energy going. We're gonna change courses to a segment that I like to call the Silver Tooth Kid of the Week. And you know what Silver Tooth Kid of the Week is, right? You know what Silver Tooth Kid is?
He's gonna
Bro,
tell you.
you know
He's
what
gonna
it's
tell
like,
you.
kid?
I think that we're equal because I didn't know what. You didn't know what Exile was or
Yes.
the New York Times, and now I have no idea what the fuck you're saying.
My Venezuelan princess, I'll tell you right now. Silver Tooth Kid is one of those like bad kids at the playground.
Okay.
That they
got silver teeth.
They got silver teeth.
Oh,
Yeah,
like they got because they're wild. They
Well,
beat
they
up.
can't even take care of their teeth. They got
Oh,
all
got it,
messed
got it.
up. They're just wild boys. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? And we have clips of wild kids. And we're gonna watch the video right now. Let's see what
I
you
can't
think.
wait. I love kid content.
Oh yeah. Well, let's see how this goes. I'll tell you what. Normal birthday party. The dad's not as happy.
Oh,
He eats it. Okay.
he
Yeah.
He just okay.
Yeah. This bet. He's not waiting. He don't care. He's impatient.
Bro, what?
Damn! That's what I'm talking about. He said, look at the dad. Look at the dad. So I'm about to whoop his ass. I'm about to kill him right now in front of everybody.
Yo,
Yes.
he did that because he wanted to eat the
Yo,
cake.
pause
when he
it right
wanted
there,
to
right
eat
there.
it.
Pause it right
Right
there.
there.
Yo, first of all, his
my-
dad's already losing hair over this kid. He's like, yo, this kid right
He's
here.
missing a piece.
Look at it. He's looking down ashamed, like, damn, this kid right here.
Yo, man.
Safari up there.
Oh
Dude.
my! This kid is either going to,
Yes.
Yes. Be
Yes.
in prison
We know
or
where
be a
he's going.
CEO.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
with
yeah,
that
yeah,
with
yeah.
that attitude in
Yeah,
life.
either way, yeah.
Yeah,
You're
yeah,
right.
yeah.
Because he just doesn't give a fuck.
He's gonna go to like 8 divorces. I don't like this wife. Ugh. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yo, you just gonna be throwing her cake
This
around?
child
He
has
said-
impulse control
Listen.
problems.
He said, "Fuck your cake."
This kid,
Yo, look at those kids' faces right there.
Oh
See?
my god.
and that kid is like, this is my cake, and
Yeah.
I want it now.
Damn.
That little kid is
Yo,
going
both
to
his
be
parents
on.
look exhausted. Both his parents look like, yo, we.
He looked at
I
his
can't
wife and
believe
he
he made
was
it
just
to
like,
5.
yeah. He
When he
looked at
gets-
his wife and he's like, you couldn't
Yo.
swallow him?
Yeah, when he gets pulled, yo,
You couldn't swallow him?
yeah, when he gets pulled over, he's gonna be like, license registration. No,
Yeah.
I don't want to.
I don't want to, man.
License, sir. License. I don't want to. Take me to jail. I don't care.
Oh my God.
don't want
I
to.
both love and fear him.
Yes.
You know?
Yes. No, man, that was a great clip.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my
You know
God.
what pisses me off? I love cake. And I feel like cake
Really?
is so sacred. Like
Yeah.
it's a sacred piece of dessert.
Yeah.
Because you're celebrating somebody's life. Okay, yeah, you can eat cake any time of the day.
Okay, but
any time of the year.
Right.
But it's a birthday you celebrating.
Yeah.
And you're
Okay.
gonna destroy that?
Yeah,
and I
that's messed
came
up.
here for this.
I don't
Yeah.
want to go too much off the subject, but are you cake or cupcake?
Cake.
Cake.
You look like a cupcake guy, but all right, right. Cake or cupcake?
I don't really like either.
What?
Wow.
Oh
You know
my
what?
God!
That you know you
Fuera,
better than
chacal.
me. You better than me.
Fuera.
Fuera. No, you
No.
better than me.
I had a charcuterie plate.
Charcuterie is.
Cake.
I know what a charcuterie.
Okay,
Hold on, hold on,
I
player.
just want to make sure. I
I know what I live in.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Sometimes I don't know with you.
I know what charcuterie. I make the best charcuterie plate ever.
That's
all right.
What kind of plate?
Charcuterie. Charcuterie. I got the dry aged cheddar with the little peppers. Oh, come on. Yeah, that's right. Charcuterie is little
But if I had to
figs,
choose,
all that fig jam.
like salty,
Salty
a
over,
salty.
yeah.
You're more of a salty
Let's go bread.
plate.
All right, that's
A
good.
bread
Palate?
with cheese.
That's probably
I'm a cupcake kind of guy. Anyways, move on.
All right. Well, we like to help people here, Joanna. So we got a segment here called Pero Cada Quien, where we have voicemails, IG DMs, emails from our viewers, and we try to help them out as best as we can.
Wow.
We're glad you're here because you hit them with the big words.
Yeah.
So
like the 5-letter word exile.
exactly.
Yes.
So what do we got today?
All right. This is another one for advice. Open up your hearts, team.
Okay.
Okay.
Hey, G's. I just moved to LA.
Oh.
Topical.
It's me.
My roommate is a comedian. and I know for a fact that I'm funnier than them.
Is this
Wow.
What should I do in comedy to prove my point? TikTok dances, Instagram rants. I don't really have the confidence to get on stage yet, but I know I can get there with practice. What's the best approach to my situation?
Okay, let me
Stop talking and do your.
Yeah,
Wait,
yeah.
I have a.
Say,
Are we
girl.
gonna say the same
You
thing?
sure it
I
wasn't
don't
my
know. Go
boyfriend who
ahead.
wrote that? You sure it wasn't my boyfriend who wrote that?
That person who wrote that is a white guy called Connor.
Oh,
Yes, fucking Connor, dude.
That's
Who's like, I'm fucking hilarious,
Yeah.
man.
I don't
Yeah.
get it, dude.
You know, when I'm like, oh, you know, when I was in the basement, my frat man, all the fucking dudes
Oh.
would laugh. How much you want to bet this guy's not funny?
That's
Yeah.
the dude that
Yeah,
comes
yeah.
up to you after the show like, hey, listen, you can use this for your skits. Ready? Hold on,
I hate
hold on, I
this
got this
guy.
great story. Feel free to use
Yeah.
it. And then tells you a story that he's the only one laughing at, and you're just like, why are you?
What's going on
What
here?
is- yeah.
Yeah, dude.
Honestly,
Okay, we have to help this person though, right?
Yeah.
If
Sorry.
you
yeah,
want
we do
to,
have to help him if we
Okay.
want to.
Sorry, Connor.
Connor.
How should they?
Listen.
I just feel like, first of all, why you crap shitting on somebody?
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
don't shit on your man.
I didn't like the way you started it.
Yeah.
The way you started it didn't run me the right way.
You chose violence.
Yes.
And I'm triggered because people talk like that about me all the time, so I'm triggered. All right, Connor, so watch your mouth.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Remind me of my father.
And you answering your own question. I don't have the confidence to get on stage.
Yeah.
Ding 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 ding. That's why you'll never be funny. You don't got the confidence, stupid. Hello. But if I did that with practice, you're dumb, son. You're dumb.
Also, I love his first point. Like, oh, I'm funny than that guy. What should I do like a TikTok dance to show him? Like, what? First of all, no. First of all, no.
You don't prove someone that you're funnier than them with a TikTok dance. Okay, Connor?
No,
You
that's
write
not.
some jokes and you take your ass to the open mic and you fucking
Yeah.
go through it.
If you-
Yeah.
Do
And
you know how
build
many
your
times I've been in
confidence.
an Uber and I say I'm a comedian and the guy driving is like, oh, I'm pretty funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they
okay.
proceed to say the worst
Joke.
racist jokes I've ever heard in my life.
yeah.
And then you're like, this must be a joke in and of itself. Like
Yeah.
the fact that you said you were funny.
Yeah.
And then they're convinced that they are.
My friends tell me I'm hilarious.
Yeah, they try to tell you a joke and they're trying to find it, but they don't remember it. And they're just like, oh, you're funny. Oh, hold on. Oh, hold on. You're gonna, and it's like, dude, you're searching for. So, hold on.
Oh, this
There's
is so
this
good.
fucking joke, dude. Fucking. Yeah, so we're going to two guys in a bar, and then, shit, what?
Is it
Hold
two
on.
guys? Is it three? Is it-
Cheryl! That joke with the bar, fuck. I'll never
And
remember
women
it.
aren't
I'm
funny,
gonna call
dude.
it. Give me your number. I'm gonna remember that fucking joke,
there was
dude.
there was
It's
this
just like,
guy.
dude, get the fuck out of my face.
There was this guy that he was just like, oh, you're a comedian? I was like, yeah. He was like, yo, I'm a therapist. And I just feel like me and you, like, it's kind of the same thing, right? Because it's kind of like you get into people's minds, right? And you try to, like, bring, your trauma and, like, make people, like, come to an understanding. But I feel like you do it with a larger crowd. I just do it individually.
Yeah.
And I was like, you should get fired.
Gotcha.
Because that is not...
The fact that you're comparing to, like, that's the last thing you want to, like, get in the chair. Like, so what do you want to talk about today? First of all, before you start, airplane food. Am I right? You're like, what?
It's like,
Hold on.
Yeah, because this plane about to crash. I gotta go. Like,
Zingers.
yeah.
But yeah, no.
Well, hope that was helpful.
Yeah.
No, listen.
Honestly, you gotta work on your.
Be
You
a
gotta
nice
work
person.
on being a better person.
Yeah.
And
Look, if you're serious about it, just go to open mics.
Yeah.
Sink or swim. That's
Yeah.
You know
all it
what?
is.
You
And
go
get
to an
shit
open
on.
mic. I call open mics the opposite of therapy.
Yeah.
I went to like open mics in New York, and it would destroy my soul. So I
Yeah.
invite you to go there.
Yeah. It will make you a better person.
It will.
Yeah.
Yeah, you won't judge your roommate as much. I think.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that is it for this episode. Shout out to Joanna Haussmann for coming through. Check her out on all her social medias. If you can want to plug it right now, let them know.
Yeah, it's on Twitter. It's Joanna Haussmann. Instagram, Joe House. Honestly, just Google Joanna Venezuela and I pop up
There you
because
go.
my last
That's
name
what's
is a
up.
nightmare to spell.
All right.
Yeah, that's what's
so
up.
thanks for tuning in. Make sure to comment, share, and tell everyone about the show. Subscribe. Do all the things. Tell people. Help us out.
Everybody.
Help us out.
We not
help them
struggling.
out and me.
I didn't say we were struggling, but help us out. Spread
All
the
right,
word.
yo, just know that this is a great podcast.
I
All
didn't,
right.
I didn't say Venmo
All right,
us.
we the number
I
one
didn't say
podcast.
you send us
baby.
dollars. I just
All
said
right.
help us
Share
out.
and subscribe and all that shit.
Yeah, if you know what's good for you.
All right, don't threaten people.